stuff like the beats, the drops.
Everything.
Just works.
Oh
You can
yeah.
adjust the pitch, the pan, the volume, all that kind of stuff, man. It's like, and it's free of all things.
Oh,
Nice.
I bought this one called Farrago, but it's a lifetime license. So
Oh, go even better, dude.
yeah.
This it does the job for now, man, and it just works. It's easy, just drag and drop.
Yeah.
Kind of like with my Stream Deck.
They're great.
Man.
They're great.
Plug it in. Yeah, man. We even got the media share going on now.
Oh, nice.
So
on
that's
Twitch,
been
or
working.
how does that work?
No, man, it's just a call-in number, a dial-in number. Everybody, we flash it on the screen.
Yeah.
People text us and links, whatever you could think of,
Oh, I got you. It's a Google Voice number or something?
Yeah, exactly,
nice.
Bro.
Whose phone does it get to?
I don't know. I just do it online.
Oh, okay. It's not linked to someone's phone.
Nah, Oklahoma. Yeah. Hey, what's up? July 26th, Jason Garcia, Mario Cavazos, Jonathan Pettis. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
And Jason Garcia, we are going to use your video today because Jason was gracious enough to go ahead and grace us with some video from the last blockbuster here in the nation.
Ah, JG.
Yeah.
Nice work. Is this DJ AI?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
it's a mixture of that and me. So
Okay.
I went ahead and used it a little bit. I got my AI helping me out. I made an AI called Gigi. So she helps me.
Assistant producer Gigi.
Assistant producer Gigi. Yeah, she helps with a lot of stuff actually behind the scenes that people don't realize, show notes, putting stuff up online, as far as the show goes.
Welcome to another episode
In the
of
intro.
Area 210 podcast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast to you live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
There you go. Welcome to another episode of the Area 210 podcast. I'm your host, Joe Garcia. Today, we're going to be joined by the one and only LG, who will be co-hosting today. What's up, LG?
Good morning, my neighbors!
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Thanks
How
for
are you
having
doing?
me. I'm good. Not bad.
What you
It's
been
a
doing this
glorious
week?
Friday. Oh man, doing a lot, man. Been doing a lot. Just been busy working and preparing to sell. I'm gonna sell my car. Probably buy a used car or something like that. We'll see.
You're going to sell the truck? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm gonna sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a truck guy, and CarMax made me an offer I can't refuse. They're buying cars, man. And this isn't a plug. They're not paying me, but yeah, they're paying me for my truck. So
Yeah, man. They
so
keep.
Well, basically, I'm trying to sell all the accessories.
I like the Maverick, dude. You have a
I
little
did
Ford
too.
Maverick, man.
Wasn't
Little
bad.
truck.
I still
Yeah.
have it for a few days, but yeah, I've been taking off all the accessories because they don't give you anything extra for stuff for aftermarket stuff you put on. So I'm taking it all off, like the tonneau cover and the the mud flaps and whatever, the seat covers, whatever I put on there. Listening
sell
them on-
that.
Yeah, listing them all on Marketplace. So
Yeah. I saw you listing
busy.
some stuff the other day on Marketplace, selling some gear.
I'm selling a bunch of stuff. I'm like a pawn shop these days. Yeah.
I know, LG's pawn shop.
I hate Marketplace though. It's the worst. It brings out the worst buyers ever. And then you just got to filter out the fakes and the bots
scammers
and whatnot. The scammers. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's always it's I guess a tale of two sides. You want to sell, and usually there's people out there that want to buy, but it's awful. I have better luck on OfferUp. I use OfferUp.
I've never used OfferUp. I always just use Marketplace. Maybe
Dude,
I need to go to OfferUp.
You need to go to OfferUp. I put stuff up there on OfferUp, dude. They don't even last a day, man. Sometimes maybe 2 days. The max gone. I put something up there. I take a picture, give it a catchy headline. Boom, gone, dude. I was cleaning out my garage like not even a couple months ago, and I found some old junk here that I didn't even use anymore. Put it up in OfferUp and made like $100, $150.
Man,
I'm
I didn't
just
know
like,
people were still using OfferUp.
Yeah.
I thought it died. I thought it died with Craigslist.
No, it's still up, man. It's works a lot better than people realize. I even got offers. People come in and it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy computer stuff or whatever I have, that I want to get rid of. And then they're like, hey man, you selling your boombox? I'm like, nah, man, I'm keeping that. I have an old Sony Explode boombox from back in the day.
Oh, damn.
And it
Got
has
the
like
cassette. Is it like the multi-cassette CD radio?
yeah, man. CD, cassette, all that, radio,
Nice.
the
Is
works.
it the CD on top that pops up? Like,
Yeah, CD on top. You just push the little tray down and it opens up, and then it has the cassette player over here,
man,
has the remote and everything, man.
people don't know about it. People
Yeah,
don't know.
man. People give me offers for it. I'm just like, I'm gonna keep it, dude. I like it still. Even though I don't really use it all that much because I got a big old Bluetooth speaker, but like I still
Well,
like
if
it.
you still have CDs, the CD sound is better quality than a Bluetooth. So,
Oh yeah, no doubt. Even the same thing with the nostalgia factor with the cassette tapes. I bust those out once in a while.
Well, that's not better quality, but they're still fun to hear.
Yeah, just going back, I'm like, let's see if it still works.
yeah. Be careful; it might snap at any time.
I know, man.
Get
It's
stuck
old.
in there. You have to get the pen out and like get the tape back
It's a
in there.
mess. when they tear, it's a mess, dude. Then
could
trying to
fix
tape
them,
it back.
man. If you knew how to, you could. If you knew how to do it, you could use regular tape and fix them.
Yep, tape it back up. And we got an incoming super chat right now from Matt Lerman. Thank you, brother.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
And Matt Lerman saying,
Yeah.
F that fraud MVP SGA and his loser ass sidekick J-Dub. Pacers in 5. I said Pacers in 6, and we're going to talk about the Indiana Pacers and them coming back again, man.
Ridiculous.
Again in the NBA Finals,
And
dude.
Hallie again doing
I
his
mean,
thing, man.
It's comical.
He's out to prove something.
Dude,
There's a man on a mission right there.
Spurs fans should get mad because the San Antonio Spurs took Vassell instead of Hallie. They could have had him, dude, but they said, "Nah, we want
Thanks,
Vassell
Brian.
instead."
Thanks,
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, you all passed on Halliburton. Never forget that, But I had Pacers in 6. Me and Mike talked about it yesterday, and he was saying, and I agreed with him too. I said, the Pacers had to have game 1 if they had a chance to win the series. And sure enough, man, they went ahead and got game 1. I think they're going to probably split with OKC, go back home, and have a better chance of maybe winning both games. If they get this next game against OKC, I mean, you're just ripping their hearts. You're ripping their hearts away. But, I mean, I can't believe that the Pacers came back again, dude. It's like, what's going on, man? And I was thinking about it.
Yeah, go for it.
I was like, is it the tale of two halves? Because in the first half, it seems like the Pacers just were turning the ball over like crazy. They had to believe it was 25 turnovers for the game, But the thing is that the OKC, Oklahoma City Thunder, couldn't capitalize off of that. Even though the Pacers had like 20-something turnovers for the game, man, it was crazy. 24. OKC only like converted in like 7 points off of those turnovers. So it was like they were getting turnovers. They were just not converting. In the second half, though, the Oklahoma City Thunder did have some turnovers, but the one thing that I noticed is that Rick Carlisle made adjustments coming out of that second half, and the Pacers turned up the intensity, and it seems like the scoring was just really one-sided when you're looking at what happened, with both teams. Oklahoma City Thunder had their usual suspects. You're going to have Shai out there with 38 points. Dortz had 15. Jalen Williams had 17. And Caruso had 11. But beyond that, they didn't get a lot out of their starting 5. But you look at the Pacers, and they had a more well-balanced attack. Their starting 5 all scored in double figures. Obi Toppin also contributed here, 17 points. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it was the Pacers shooting the ball a little bit better from beyond the three-point line and doing what they needed to do in the second half, mostly just go ahead and play better defense. And they gave themselves a chance to get back because they got stops. OKC's kind of got away from what was working for them. And that's all she wrote. You give Halliburton a chance, and the brother's going to kill you. And he did it again.
He saw the daylight there.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. Yeah, the Pacers had a crap ton of turnovers, but to be fair, 14 of steals for the Thunder. So 14 of those were not, they weren't turning the ball over themselves. They were steals, actual steals that the Thunder played on defense, but they came back in the rebounding in the second half.
Oh, man.
3 players in double-digit rebounding for the Pacers, and I think that's what did it, man. They were playing fundamental basketball, playing team ball as well, and they remind me of a Spurs team. The what do they call it? The sweet team or the the dream team the Spurs had, the perfect game. That's what they call it. The perfect game. The
Perfect
perfect
game.
game team. They reminded me kind of that. They're coming out of their shell. We saw it when they bounced back against the Knicks, and damn.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know, man. I think it's over. I think the Thunder is about to go fishing like early
Yeah.
in this one.
Look at this. We got an incoming chat here from Jeff Garcia, Locked on Spurs, and he's saying, Joe, you think Indiana has more dog? I think they just are more battle tested because they've been in these situations before, that they don't panic. They know that they can get themselves back into the game by just playing fundamental basketball versus Oklahoma City, which they kind of revert back to going to the one-on-one. A lot of ISO play there. And that it's not really conducive to them getting the best quality shot out there. They kind of go cold. They can't make any, get a good quality shot. They're not putting up points on the board. And if your shots aren't falling, you got to be aggressive, put your head down, get fouled, go to the stripe, and earn those points and keep the lead, but it just seems like OKC just got a little bit complacent there. And they kind of were looking at each other. You saw the game and you saw the expressions on the Oklahoma City players' faces. They were kind of like, oh man, what's going on here?
Yeah, they got checked. They checked out. They got punched in the face, basically. They're like, what?
Yeah. We got another incoming super chat from Matt Lerma here.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Matt Lerma saying this final proves you need depth to win. Don't trade the farm for a star. And you know what? This also proves you don't need to have a team of superstars. You just need to have a team of very good role players to kind of help balance everything out. You have
got to be the perfect lineup, though. Everyone has to complement each other, and they have to work together. No egos getting in the way.
Exactly. Look at what you have right now. You have Halliburton, right? And you have Pascal Siakam. And then outside of that, I mean, you just have guys that just know how to play fundamental basketball. You have, for the Pacers, you have Aaron Naismith. He shoots the ball great from beyond the arc. You have Miles Turner, Nebhard. He was a teammate of Chet Holmgren. They both played on the same team together. I think it was at Gonzaga there. And he's just great when it comes to playing defense. He can be a pest. And I think that's the one thing that the Pacers have really shown as far as their identity. They're just going to grind it out, dude. It doesn't matter how big a lead you have in front of you. They're just going to keep grinding it out, and find a way to give themselves a chance to win in the final period. That's all that matters. They're the comeback kids, man.
They are. And if Thunder stand a chance, someone needs to help out SGA. I mean, 38, it's nice and all, but if nobody else is scoring as much as you are, you're not going to win, man, because they're spreading it across the board there in Indiana. It's not just one person.
Yeah, it's not just one person. They had a well-balanced attack, and I think that right now you're looking at coaching, too, is also playing a factor. I think Rick Carlisle is just out-coaching the Oklahoma City Thunder's head coach as well right now, better at making adjustments, especially coming out of that second half. And really, at the end of the day, I mean, he had his team playing better in the second half than OKC's coach did. And unfortunately for OKC, I mean, this is one that is going to sting and it's going to hurt. They kind of acted like it didn't really bother them after the game as they were addressing the media. But this one had to hurt, man.
Absolutely. But, it's only game one. So
it's game one.
We shall see.
It's game one. But
see. It's the beauty of sports, man. Anything can happen.
This is going to be a series. It says, your series doesn't start until the opposing team wins on your home court. Well, it's a series now. It's a series. That's why I say it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be close to almost every damn game. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of blowouts. Hopefully not. Hopefully it'll be a very competitive game. But I think the Pacers can grind it out and win in 6. Even though it might be close at times, I still think the Pacers got what it takes to ultimately overcome Oklahoma City Thunder. Because right now the Thunder, they get complacent when it comes to just reverting back to playing that man on man, one-on-one kind of style of basketball that's not really good for them if they want to go ahead and not only extend a lead but keep it. You got to get back to what got you there, and they got away from it.
Well, I don't see the Pacers getting down again like that it's going to be close the entire time this next game because the Pacers learned their lesson from that first game. You know, they get another miracle shot to win a game. I mean, but like I said, it's game one, so we'll see.
Our boy Elias is saying it's your boy's last day of being in his 20s. I hit that 3-0 mañana. Yeah, you old officially now.
He youngin'.
He's old now. He's gonna be 30. Knees and everything's gonna start cracking when you get out of bed now.
No, that's 40.
No, it depends, man. It's on the mileage. It depends on the mileage, dude. If he's done a lot of hard labor, man.
Yeah.
You know, like our boy Leha.
All your partying is gonna catch up to you now.
Yeah, like our boy Leha. He ain't that old, man, but it's the mileage, brother. You've been doing that hard work, laying down that diamond hard concrete.
Oh, okay, all right.
You know, it's like the back, knees hurt. You know, so. But anyway, I want to get back to this NBA Finals talk here. I want to see what you guys are thinking. I know everybody's giving their predictions here. What do y'all think? Do you think Pacers win in 6 games? You still think Oklahoma City's going to win this one in 5? I mean, Michael said that he predicts Oklahoma would win in 5 games. I said Pacers got 6. So let us know what your all's thoughts are on that. What is it? What's he saying? Oh, he's saying he's just a baby. They're saying that Elias
he is, man.
He's 30.
To be young again.
To be young again. Hey, man, it takes longer to recover as you start drinking as you get older, brother.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. I can't do it, man.
Them late nights.
Can't happen.
No more tequila for you?
And I went out last night and I was home by 9. So
wild times, right?
Yeah. Had like 3 drinks.
You know, that's the funny thing, though. As you get older, man, it's like you can drink to have fun, but you know nowadays you don't need to get plastered.
Nah.
You know?
Nah. I had a good time. Went to the cottage Irish pub on Broadway.
Yeah.
Had a steak, 12-ounce ribeye, and a couple pints of Guinness. Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all.
And look at JHNSB says this chat will melt if Chet and J-Dub become champions. Yeah, Spurs Twitter will burn to the ground. They hate Chet because they don't want Chet to hoist up that championship trophy before Wemby.
That's the rivalry, right?
Yeah, look at Tony Ornelas. I want to apologize to Joe. I thought the Thunder would win game 1. Everybody thought the Thunder would win game 1. Even the Thunder thought they were going to win game 1. But you know what? They got Halliburton, brother.
I guess so. Apparently, Hallie's the legend.
Oh, man, we got a lot of good comments coming in the chat. Thank you guys for interacting with us. We appreciate it. And also, I'm going to go ahead and flash this on the screen as well. Since it's me here today, we're going to have time to show all your links, your pictures, your videos, and whatnot. If you all want to go ahead and use the media share, I got it fired up right now. So go ahead and send us your links, anything you want to talk about, things that you saw that might be interesting.
No D pics, though, please.
No, please, no.
Joe's tired of sifting through those.
And you know what? Don't give them ideas because somebody will do some stupid shit like that, dude.
Sorry.
Just to be necio, man. I know these guys. Somebody will do something dumb like that. But yeah, man, send us, whatever you want to talk about, man. We're here. Go ahead and dial the number or text the number right there. 210-508-0369 is Mike's number. Sorry. There we go. Media share is 830-391-9164. You want a media share with us. But if you want to talk to Mike about your financial situation, dial the other number.
Everybody's sending Mike D pics right now.
Yeah. Tell him, hey, man, how much can I get for this? Bam.
Damn. Yep.
Can you
some
imagine?
Financial advice for you right
Everybody's going to be flooding Mike's phone with D pics, bro. Come on. He's going to say, what's going on? He's over there on the plane.
Wrong number.
He's going to a plane right now. He's on his way to Vegas to do some gambling.
Damn. This dude's big time now.
Oh, but did you see this? I'm going to share this too because one of our listeners did share something with us here. So again, there's the number if you want to media share with us. It's 830-391-9164. If you want to go ahead and share any links, pictures, or videos, send them to us. We'll show them on the show. And we got one coming in now from Tim Gonzalez. Tim Gonzalez is a friend of the show here, and he's sharing this because this was the debacle that happened late yesterday.
Yeah.
Elon
Yeah.
Musk versus Donald Trump at SummerSlam. He's putting, of course, this is just a picture for jokes and whatnot. But what
It's
of a
going
turn, dude!
down. It's going
What a
down for
turn!
sure.
What a turn, man! This was the entertainment of yesterday. Them going back and forth. One saying that Elon was accusing Trump of being in the Epstein files, and that's why they're not released. Then Trump kind of firing back, saying, "You know what? Maybe we should just go ahead and cancel all his government contracts."
Yep.
So I mean, it's comical at the end of the day. It's like you were all in cahoots with the dude, and now you're just had a falling out because you don't agree with certain things.
Well, how did he not see this coming?
Yeah, man.
The president burns everybody in his path, burns every bridge he's ever had. Come on now.
I'm just like, it was cinema. Yesterday was cinema.
It was funny. Yeah, the Daily Show tweeted out a picture of Jon Stewart just eating popcorn.
That's what everybody was doing that yesterday, man. I'm like, what is going on? One of our friends, Carolina Teague, she called me yesterday and she's like, did you see what's going on? I'm like, what's happening? And she's like, Elon Musk, he just tweeted this out. And I was like, are you serious? So I checked it out and we're talking about it. I thought that was funny. So
Well,
she's the one
yeah.
that brought it to my attention. And then I was like, oh God, here we go.
Finally realized that big, beautiful Bill wasn't so big and beautiful for his business after all.
He's like, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I saw
I'm
that. I mean,
Bro.
I would love the EV tax credit to stick around. Be
You know
great.
what's funny though, and
Mhm.
I was talking about this in a private chat that we have with some of the guys here in the show. When somebody that owns an EV vehicle, right, and they get stranded on the side of the road because they didn't, I forgot to charge my car or what have you.
Well, that's the same as yeah.
They forget to charge the car
Yeah.
or what have you. They didn't realize when they call for roadside assistance. Guess who shows up to help them? A diesel powered truck with diesel powered generators,
Well,
bro.
of course, yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Well, there's not a ton of tow trucks that are electric these days. So,
Yeah,
but
like,
still, if you run out of gas, the same truck's going to show up to you, and it's
gonna help
it's
you.
no
Yeah.
difference.
It's
You
just
gotta, you got to know when your car's going to run out, man, and
it's
fill it
just
up.
comical. It's comical because you don't have the infrastructure to be able to handle like traveling, like a big road trip with an electric vehicle. I mean, it's dicey, dude, because you're like, hopefully this charging station's working, and you're out in the middle of nowhere. You're in the sticks, bro.
Well,
And
yeah,
if
it just depends.
you can't find something to charge your car, what you gonna do?
I feel like America's more set up for it than most nations. But
I don't know, man.
yeah.
I think it's
I
just
mean,
comical at the end
the
of the
Tesla
day.
supercharging network is pretty big, man.
Yeah, we got
Pretty
another
big.
incoming super chat here from Mario Cavazos.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
He says, thank Mario Cavazos, appreciate the support. He says, Wemby at the Great Wall of China, not giving a rat's ass about shit. And finals. He says, shed and finals, despite all the rage, Mike Jimenez is still a rat in the cage. Oh, I like that.
Damn.
The Smashing Pumpkins reference there, man.
Mhm.
One of my favorite bands. And they're saying July 26th said he had a bad game. It happens to everyone.
Speaking of Wemby in China, he's been posting all these pictures of him like eating food and stuff and using
yeah.
chopsticks.
He-
Can someone get him some bigger chopsticks? Because it looks like he's got like 2 toothpicks in his hands and he's struggling, man. Like you can tell.
It's funny, dude. He's got huge hands, man, and those chopsticks, the normal size, just look so tiny in his large hands there. They need to get him something more substantial than that. But he's actually learning some songs too. They have video of him
Oh yeah, I saw
singing,
that.
singing some Chinese songs or something like that. So looks like he's having a good time in Beijing.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, I think I'm sure it's a business trip, LG.
Oh
Let's be
yeah,
honest.
I'm sure. Sure
He-
is.
He ain't there just to sightsee.
Oh, he's definitely not there just to sightsee.
He knows what he's doing, man. He's in there to make some money,
I'm sure he's plowing through everything over there.
Oh yeah, dude. He's apparently, I think he's going over there. He's on a trip with his sister and his mother.
Oh,
You know?
okay.
Yeah, so
yeah.
he's
So
they
he's a
got him
good-
under
he's a good
control there.
boy.
He's a good boy. He's got to be good for mama. She probably keeping an eye on her boy. Saying, nah, y'all get away from him. But you've been to China before. I mean,
Nah,
besides like the
I've never
wall,
been to China.
you never been?
Nah, I've
Oh
been through
man,
like an airport. That's about it.
that's about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, China looks like a happening place, man.
it
They got the
does. No,
Great
I'd love
Wall.
to go to Shanghai or Beijing.
They got the food out there. Look like a
Hell
good
yeah.
time. Checking the nightlife, you know?
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
looks like a good time. I know you're well traveled. You've been all over the place, you
Yeah,
know?
I've never been
Yeah.
to China though.
Huh.
It's not high on my list right now.
No, no, I
Yeah.
don't think it is high on anybody's list. You'd be suspect out there.
Oh yeah.
They'd be looking at you.
Oh
What you
yeah.
doing here? Look at that. Matt Lerman says, when we come home with a Chinese wife. Oh God.
He might.
No, man. He's gonna wind up getting him a Latina here, dude. I know it, man.
Mm,
I know it. She can make him tortillas, some caldo,
careful.
you know, maybe some menudo, put some pounds on him, man.
We don't
Put
want
some,
him to get too.
yeah, not too big, but you know what? Bigger than he is now. And I'm gonna share this with you guys so you can see what we're talking about with the Indiana Pacers and their comeback, the comeback kids. And look at this, man. They said this is not normal. It said the Indiana Pacers were down to Milwaukee at one point with 34.7 seconds left, 118 to 111. They came back and won that one. Then they were down to the Cleveland Cavaliers with 46.7 seconds left in the fourth, 119 to 112. Came back and won that one. Then they were down to the New York Knicks, 121 to 112, 52.5 seconds left. Came back and won that. And with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in game one of the NBA Finals, they were down to OKC, 108 to 99. It looked like it was all but over. And they said, hold my beer. We got them right where we want them. And they came back and won that damn game. It's like, this isn't normal stuff that we're seeing here. And I was telling Mike this, is, as we were talking about the Pacers. This is team of destiny type of shit, dude. Do you believe in that?
I think I do. I think they're out to prove something. They want that chip, and they're pretty much destined to get it. I think, as far as I see, they everything's on their side. All the momentum's on their side. So
it is.
Let's see what the Thunder do in game two.
I think we're going to see what the Thunder are how they're going to respond in game two here. But it also brings up look, we got Albert Lopez saying, "What's up, fellas?" He goes, "What up, LG?
What up, Albert?"
It brings up a question, and I'm going to leave this to the viewers that are watching us right now and chiming into the chat. Do the Spurs have any business being in the playoffs as currently constructed? As you see what's happening right now, and you're looking at all these other teams that are in the playoffs and the level of competitiveness that's out there, and the Spurs are as currently constructed, I don't know if they have what it takes to be able to compete at that level. They might be able to get there maybe next season, but in order to compete and move on, come on, man. I don't think that's in the cards for them. Maybe making the play-in, but to get to the actual playoffs, if they get there, the levels of intensity, they rise up. You have to play at a very high level in order to go ahead and move on. I don't know if the Spurs is currently constructed have that in them. And what do you think, LG?
I think we don't know yet. We haven't seen the Spurs play a season with the team that ended the season last year. Yeah. Healthy team, yeah. With Wemby being healthy, Fox being healthy after surgery. We didn't even see the full team last year for a long period of time. They were only there for a stretch of games before Wemby went down. So I think they do have a chance of making the playoffs. Play in is more likely, yes, but there's a chance. There's definitely a chance. They didn't even get enough time to gel yet with Fox on the team. And the little flashes of greatness that he did show were amazing. He didn't even have chemistry with the team yet. So they're going to have a whole off season to get workouts in and practices in together. The next season is going to be a completely different product they put out on the floor.
Look at Matt Lerma. He's always the Spurs apologist here. He's the one that's always positive about everything and anything that has to do with the silver and black. He says the Spurs can get to the second round as constructed. Matt, I got to respectfully disagree, bro. I don't know what you're smoking, but I don't see it. Not as currently constructed. They don't have enough dogs on this team to get them to that second round. They'd be lucky if they make it to the first round of the playoffs. They'd be lucky to even get to the play-in. I think what's going to happen next year is that it's going to take more wins to get to the play-in than it did this year. And unfortunately, Spurs missed it because they had injuries. So I don't see that they have the three-point shooting prowess to be able to compete at that second gear, that second clip to get to the not NBA finals, but the NBA playoffs. If they're going to be facing let's say the number 1 overall seed, and they're going to be the 8th seed, I mean, it ain't going to be long. It's going to be a sweep. Maybe they'd be lucky enough to win one, but I don't see how they're going to be able to compete. They don't have the balance when it comes to it. They don't really have a good bench. Their bench is all right, but you're going to tell me that Sohan's going to be a killer? He's going to go out there and do a Halliburton?
We also don't know who they're going to put on the floor this coming season.
Yeah.
We don't know who's going to be there. Hopefully they make moves. Yeah, well, I don't want to see the same product out there at all. Something needs to be changed. We're obviously going to have some draft picks coming in, but it's all young, and we're going to hand the keys to the young guys, and they better do something. They better drive this car into the fast lane and get us into the number 1 spot at some point.
Yeah, look at this, LG. You got an admirer here with Tony Ornalis. He goes,
What up,
LG
Tony?
is a perfectly nice guy. He's the kind of guy you can trust, the kind of guy you can drink a beer with, the kind of guy who doesn't mind if you puke in his car. LG is a good guy.
We might have a problem if you puke in my car. Yeah. That's you better pay for the detailing after that, because that's going to be an issue.
Here we go with Matt Lerma. Sohan is better than you think, Joe. No, he's not, brother.
Nah.
He is who he is. You can put lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig. That's what you got in Sohan. He is who he is, man. I mean, he's all right, but he ain't going to be worth no 17 or 20 mil when his contract ends.
You can puke out the side of my car. At least make an effort to get your head out the window.
Real talk, dude. I mean, when somebody pukes either inside or outside the car, it's a mess to clean up. You got to imagine you're traveling, right? And if you're just on the street, it's not that bad. Maybe 34, 40 miles an hour. Maybe most of the puke hits the pavement. But if you're on the highway and you're going 50, 60, when you're slowing down because somebody's got to puke, man.
I mean, when you're getting, tell me to pull over or something.
For real,
That's
dude.
why you got to keep a little trash can in your car. So
a little trash bag,
case,
HEB trash bag somewhere.
You take the airplane puke bags when you fly. Have them handy in your glove box.
Because I mean, I've been around a few times here, coming from Fiesta. It was one time I was in the car with some friends and whatnot, and somebody got sick, and they're like, "I'm gonna barf, I'm gonna throw up," and they just rolled down the window, threw up all on the side of the car. Didn't know what kind of damage was done until you get out of the car, and then you're like,
"Oh, and even after you clean it, man, 5 years later, you'll find a chunk or something underneath the seat, man. It's never clean after that. It's never clean,
man. You have to do a couple, go through the car wash a couple times.
Yeah,
get
you
all
need
the
a super detail.
Stink off of it, dude.
Like a full on, $200-$300 detailing job for sure.
And you know what? And the one that usually pukes is the one that doesn't help clean up the mess, bro. They're long gone.
Oh no! What they do is they try to clean it up and they make it worse. They're smearing it around because they're too wasted to figure it out. Well, if that's why they puked.
Dude, I can't even imagine getting it in the car and then trying to get that stink out of there. That ain't coming out, bro.
I'm about to get a new car too, so nobody better puke in my car.
You can put down, you can be like one of them old ladies, when you go to the houses and they got that plastic
just
all
leave
over.
The plastic on, yeah. Put the plastic over the things.
Put some papers down. Put some papers down. What if
you have the ventilated seats that are perforated?
Oh God, dude.
See, you're not getting that clean, man. That's like a reupholster job, right there,
dude. You're telling me you're gonna have to take the seats out and call some brother to come out and, hey man, you got to detail this bitch, dude.
Oh God, he's gonna charge extra too. He's gonna have to wear a biohazard suit.
But you know what? You give that brother a 6-pack of beer, as a tip too. You give him some money, give him a 6-pack of beer. You say thanks, man. And we got Jeff out here, Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs.
What up, Jeff?
What do you think of Ron Harper calling out the fraud on X? He goes, his son and team in his workouts.
I
Okay,
saw
so
that. I saw that.
we had Ron Harper clapping back against a Spurs reporter. Should we put it like that?
Spurs
On the
reporters
X.
been getting a lot of heat lately. Yeah.
Dude, this dude has been getting a lot of heat lately because a lot of the stuff that he is reporting isn't quite accurate, you know? And the
Mhm.
thing is that you can report something, but it's the way it's the delivery, right? The way that you say things. And I think this is what happened with the post. He posted it out there, making it sound like, oh, that Dylan Harper is working out for other teams. Maybe the Spurs, kind of insinuating in a sense that the Spurs might not be his destination, or he's working out for other teams, so he can showcase what he has. And the thing is that the kid's just working out and teams are coming to see him. I mean, you want to go ahead and take a look at the kid and see what he has. Maybe they give the Spurs an offer if they want to
He's
move up.
holding an open workout. Any team can
Yeah,
come. It's
any
not
team.
like it's not like he set that up just for the Spurs. And that's kind of what this guy was insinuating in his text.
Exactly,
And it's not
dude.
good for Rod Harper calling out.
But you know what? It's kind of embarrassing, though. I'm not gonna be honest with you, man. When you have legit sources that come out and call you, tell you that what you're putting out there is lies, and they call you a clown and whatnot.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm like,
it's true.
what do you do?
It's true, man. It's true.
What do you do at that point? But you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. Like that's the reason why I kind of got out of that Spurs game itself when it comes to just Spurs content, heavy Spurs content, doing a Spurs themed podcast and whatnot. It's because of the way that Spurs Twitter is right now. And it's not just on social media, it's social media in general.
Why is Spurs Twitter even a thing? When you say Spurs Twitter, you know what I mean?
Spurs Twitter is toxic.
It's like a
dude.
thing. Like it shouldn't even be a thing.
It is a thing, though. That's the sad part about it. It is a thing, and that you have fan going after other fan, and everybody wants to be first to report something. And I got sources and this and that. Look, man, let's be honest. At the end of the day, if your name is not Shams, you got zero sources, because Shams has to pay for his sources. He ain't getting the information for free, man. And that's why he works for the Foreign Letter Network. That's why they're reporting things first, because they are paying the guys to give them information. If you work here in San Antonio as a reporter, a member of the media, everybody's getting the same information from the same damn places. Nobody's got sources like that, dude. It's like, stop it. And everybody that's wanting to come up here, that wants to make a name for themselves. Oh, I got sources. And no, you don't, bro. Stop it. Stop it. At the end of the day, you don't have to have sources. You can build a name if you just have good opinions, if you have good takes, if you want to be controversial, like Mike does a lot of times here on the show. Stand on business, build a name doing that. You don't have to have a ton of sources to grow your following. You just have to have the right people that like what you say and you interact with them. There you go. That's all you got to do. I think it's just a lot of people just wanting that clout at the end of the day. It's just clout chasing,
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it, LG.
It's just clickbaiting. He's trying to get views, and he's actually succeeding by all the people that are going in there and being negative on his page, calling him an idiot. It's getting him engagement on his page.
Yeah,
So.
It's AI. A lot of stuff that people are using now too is AI. You see a lot of AI accounts, and I saw that in the beginning, like when the Spurs were rumored to go ahead and get that number 1 pick, which was turned out to be Wemby. You look and you see what was happening, and you see a lot of accounts, Spurs related accounts, popping up out of the woodwork like crazy. And a lot of these things are just AI generated. They're just generated to engage with the people on social media for content. They're content farms, nothing more.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be just putting out crazy stuff with, Spurs related, I don't know, stats or a picture showing this. They do all show the same thing. Tim Duncan, they show his stats like crazy over and over. The greatest power forward ever was Tim Duncan. Why is it Tim Duncan in the top 5? Why Tim Duncan this and that? It's the same thing over and over and over. Nobody's original. They just go on there and they type a little thing in the prompt for Chat GPT. Oh, look, this looks interesting. Let me put it out. The creativity has gone. People aren't creative anymore. Like, they don't want to sit there and actually type things out, make a graphic, do things. And I commend the people that still keep it real,
For real. Yeah. Tell me how you really feel, Joe.
Look at this, July 26th. The source, trust me, bro. I got sources. Wesley Perkins. My sources tell me the outsource, the source, the source, the sources. Someone just described soy sarf, puro clickbait. No, hombre, dude.
Yeah.
AI spits fake news. Just say it, man. At
No
the end of the
way.
day, just do you, bro. Just do you. Have fun doing what you do. Nobody's got sources here. Come on, nothing leaks out unless the Spurs wanted to,
No.
always. And look at Mario Cavasso says, Mike Jimenez sources is Jeff Garcia and Jeff Garcia sources Michael Jimenez. No mames, bro. Nobody's going to be using Michael Jimenez or me as a source. Trust me, dude. Maybe Jeff Garcia, he's a reputable source. I go to Jeff for legitimate Spurs news and content, So with that said, let's go ahead and give some love to the Locked On Spurs podcast. Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@LockedOnSpurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And there you go. Make sure you do follow the Locked On Spurs podcast for your daily Spurs content. You can go ahead and take a look over there at their YouTube channel, which they think they got 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers strong. Make sure you subscribe for your daily Spurs content. And let's see what Jeff is working on today. Jeff always has some good stuff. We're going to go show that on screen. So you can go ahead and follow Jeff on the X at Jeff G Spurs Zone. It looks like he's working on something today. He says, Blake Wesley says players are already hitting the court in the offseason. Updated odds on Antetokounmpo in San Antonio. So make sure you go and check that out. That's going to be on today's Locked On Spurs. So
rumor continues.
Rumors are always going to continue, man.
It's
Jeff's
summertime.
See, Jeff, this is the one.
Slow sports time.
Yeah. It's a slow news day.
It's always a slow news day in the summertime. If it wasn't for UTSA, we'd have nothing to talk about.
Look at, I think they got him some bigger chopsticks, LG.
Oh yeah, I think they did. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Those look normal size in his hands now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, look, says Wemby's singing
those
Chinese.
Those are the ones you cook with normally, and they're just regular ones for him.
They're the tongs from the back.
Whoa,
let's hear him.
Hope y'all make fun, show.
Oh, look at that. Wemby's a cultured man, a man of culture.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, man.
Good for him.
He's enjoying his time.
Do it while you're young is what I always say.
Oh, dude.
Get out there.
And Rafa saying Jeff Garcia, the source, Jeff Garcia. Yeah, there you go, man. I'm telling you, man, if you all want somebody to follow that's reputable, go follow Jeff Garcia, man. I like Jeff. Another guy that I like following too here, he's a friend of the show too, a friend of mine, RJ Marquez from KSAT 12. I got to get him on the show. It's been quite some time since I've had him on.
Oh yeah, shout out to RJ. I know RJ.
Yeah. RJ's good people, man. I see him at the games quite a bit, at the Spurs games. Even when I was getting my Spurs season tickets, I always ran into him and his wife and all that out there when I was at the games too. Great people, man. So shout out to RJ from KSAT 12. Good guy.
Yeah, he's a reporting son of a bee. That's for sure.
Look at that, LG. Jeff Garcia says, thanks, Joe. Thanks, LG. Of course, Jeff. We've known Jeff for quite some time. Jeff will never steer you wrong, and his DMs are always open. You got a question? Hit him up.
And he's a huge Star Wars dork. But so am I. But the originals, I'm not much into like the new Disney Star Wars, but
that came out of nowhere. Oh, he's a huge Star Wars dork. I'm like,
I know he's a fellow Star Wars dork. I should say.
Fellow Star Wars nerd. Yes, yeah. I like Star Wars too. I was looking at some videos they had on, I think it was on social media on Insta or something, and they were talking about all the toys that they had back in the day when they were releasing the first movie and what they were going for. They were like $15, dude, for the TIE fighter, the Darth Vader TIE fighter. And they were saying back then that was the equivalent of $54. I'm like, dude, you can't even buy one of them toys then for like $50. They're like
My
100 more.
brother had all of them, and I got them as hand-me-downs, so they're all like falling apart when I got them. But I love those toys, man.
Yeah. We got an incoming super chat from Mario Cavazos. Thanks, Mario. Appreciate you.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
He says, "Are you going to chat about rock bands Metallica?" Oh, we'll talk about something that has to do with music as we get closer to the show ending here. But look at Mexican Junior says, "I enjoyed the new Andor." I did too, man. I enjoyed Andor. I don't know if you saw it or not.
No, I haven't seen it.
I did, and I really enjoyed it. And look at it. Locked on Spurs. LG, do you still have that lightsaber, or you a deek? Or your deek?
On your deck?
On your
desk. On your desk.
Desk.
I think that's what he meant to say.
Yeah,
it's not on my desk right here. It's actually out on my like mantle thing out there. But yeah, I do have a lightsaber on my mantle.
Oh, do you?
Are correct, Jeff.
On your desk, is that what you
Yeah,
meant?
it's a prop. It's like a movie prop. So
nice, dude.
yeah.
Where'd you get that from?
I made it back in like 1998 or 7.
What do you mean you made that? How do you make
costume? I made it out of like Home Depot stuff, like
that? Oh, really?
like PVC pipe and whatnot.
You're a prop maker too, LG.
Yeah,
you got a lot of talent,
well,
bro.
there was no. You couldn't just go buy a lightsaber in 1997. You couldn't just go to the store and get one. So you had to make them. Yeah.
Damn,
now
LG.
you can just go get one.
Showcasing your talents, man.
It looks pretty legit too. I have to bring it in here sometime.
Yeah, you should bring it in sometimes. We could check it out, man. Look at your craftsmanship, you know?
It's very cheesy once you see what parts I use.
You got to brand it with your label at the bottom or something, you know, LG.
Right? Yeah.
I'd like to see it sometime, dude. That'd be cool. You bring it out on the show.
Go grab it right now.
Go get it, dude. I'd like to see it, man.
All right. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Show us.
Show us what you're working with. Say hello to Rock Nub right here while I'm out.
There you go. Hey, I like that too, man. It says, is Andor the only Mexican to exist in Star Wars? No Mexicans in Star Trek? You know what? Now that you bring it up, man, I don't know if I've ever seen a Mexican in Star Trek. I got to go back and think about that one.
All right, I'm back.
All right, let's look at this legit lightsaber. Hey, that does look legit, dude. That looks pretty damn good.
Yeah. So
you would have told me you made it. I thought you would have bought that sucker, dude.
So this is a downpipe for a sink. So that'd be what you're looking at the bottom of your sink right there.
Damn.
This is weather stripping on the handle. Just cheap foam weather stripping.
Yeah.
They're just O-rings. This is a tire cap for the tire valve, just glued on there. This is the bottom of a marker for the power button.
Damn.
But like from a distance, it used to have a hook right here so I could hang it from a belt.
Yeah.
And it was part of a Halloween costume. So, you know, it doesn't extend or anything. There's nothing, but it's just meant to hang from the belt. So it's just a prop. But there you go.
Jonathan Pettis says, whip it out. Jason Garcia says, Chewy was Mexican. And listen to this, LG. Chris Leha says, pause, Joe. You said, show us what you're working with. No Diddy. These guys are crazy, man. That's what I'm telling you. I love the chat, man. We never know what we're gonna get out of this chat. Oh Lord. They're sending us more pictures here. We got some comments over here. They said Matt is off his rocker. Tell him Sohan isn't Christ. He's not our savior. We got oh God, they're cooking Mike. I think this is Mario Cavazos, man. We got more images coming in. Jason Garcia sending us some stuff here. Okay, we got some things coming in. Let's go ahead and show what we got here. Tony Ornelas there. Chewy is classified as Mexican in Star Wars now because his name is Chewy.
Thought it was a Wookiee.
Hey, there we go. We got some stuff coming in. We got a Los Necios tailgate happening here tomorrow, June the 7th, from 4 to 7:30 p.m. There's tacos, corn in a cup under the bridge. Join us in 119 during the match. There you go. So we got that coming in here from the Necios.
Who's SAFC playing?
Yeah,
on
they're
the
playing
7th.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and see what else we got here because we got another image there. Now this was our good friend of the show here, Jason Garcia, sent us a picture via the media share here, and there we go. There's Jason. He's probably also helping plug SAFC. But he's also the one that's we're going to show a video of here in a bit. He actually did take the trek down to the last Blockbuster here in the nation. So we're going to show some pictures and video of what he had to show us there, share with the listeners. So thank you so much. Then Mario Cavazos was just cooking, Mike. All the AI that came out here. It's pretty funny, man. So I'll share this with you guys as well. If you make it, we'll show it, man. They had the time to make this, so we're going to show it. And there's Mike and all his glory. And another one there. Oh, God. So, yeah, man. Good times, good times. Oh, anyway, let's go. Jabba the Hutt was from Conroe. You only had the drum roll there. Oh, man. And Juan Stockton is laughing, dude. Chewy is my carnal. There's a hell yeah, Necios for life.
There's Chewy's cousin right behind me here.
There you go. Oh, it's the SAFC Las Vegas is what they're saying.
Oh, nice. LV.
Oh, it was Sith. Sith says that was his pick. Sorry, Sith. Wow, Mike as a woman is hideous. Yeah, dude, I have to agree.
That
Mike
was a good Photoshop job or AI job or whatever.
AI job.
Yeah.
They kind of mixed him up with Lizzo, I think it was. So yeah. That was pretty bad.
That was pretty
but
good.
We do have some women's softball to talk about because yesterday we had a good game between UT and Texas Tech, man. Texas Tech inked out the win there. They beat UT by a final score of 4-3. The Texas Tech Lady Red Raiders are going to be moving on, man. They're going to be going for a winner take all. They got to go ahead and win 2 games to win the Women's World Series here. So they got a game coming up tonight. I believe it's at 7 p.m. So you can go ahead and check that out. Oh, it's 8 p.m. Eastern, so 7 p.m. our time. So hopefully they're not going to be delayed due to weather, but that's the tip-off is at 7 p.m., so you can go ahead and check that out. Should be interesting, man. I know we have a lot of fans here that are both on the fence of UT and the lady Red Raiders there. I got to say, man, I'm kind of rooting for the underdog here, man. I'm rooting for the Texas Tech ladies softball team to win it all, man.
What? No.
Yes.
Let's go Longhorns.
There you go. That's right, Wesley. Wreck them.
Go Longhorns.
Going to be a great game. UT and Tech, anything is always fun. It is, man. I'm rooting for the underdog, man. That would be the ladies team. And we also got the UTSA Roadrunners. They were heading down over to LA to go ahead and compete in their regional showdown with UCLA. So that's going to be a good.
That's on Saturday.
Yeah, it's on
6
Saturday.
p.m. 6 p.m. on Saturday on ESPNU. So you will be able to watch it if you have cable, unlike the second game against Texas, which they put on ESPN Plus behind a paywall for some stupid reason. Anyway, sorry.
You know what, man? I get to see the ESPNU games. I believe they have them for free on ESPN Plus. Well, you got to pay for it.
Well, yeah. The 2 games against Texas, the first game was broadcast on the SEC network.
Yeah.
And the second game was broadcast only on ESPN Plus. So you couldn't even watch the second game without paying for a subscription. But this game will be on the U, which most people have through YouTube TV or Direct TV or something like that. Yeah. But it's more, I mean, you still have to pay for something to get it, but you don't have to get an ESPN Plus subscription, which is good.
Rafa says UTSA isn't on el Ocho. It's not on the Ocho. You know what's funny?
Baseball's too normal for the Ocho.
It'd have to be the ball has to be on fire or something.
They might have wiffle ball on the Ocho.
On the Ocho, yeah. You know, I was watching Pluto TV the other day, right? Again, I like watching Pluto TV because it's free and they got some good channels on there, good stuff, you know? And they were showing an advertisement where they have a channel just dedicated to the Ocho. And that's all they show all day, the obscure sports. So if y'all are wanting to watch the Ocho, just go check it out. They got a channel of it up on Pluto TV.
Well, the ESPN actually has the Ocho now.
Oh, does it now?
Yeah, they've created ESPN Ocho. And a lot of people have it. I have it on Direct TV. It's pretty funny. Yeah. It's like, they embraced it. They now have a channel called the Ocho. And it's all offbeat sports.
Look at that. Wesley Perkins is saying he's calling his shot. UTSA wins both and heads to the World Series. All right. Well, I'm hoping they do. It'd be great for their club, to go ahead and move on.
Well, it's double elimination, and then they got to. This is like the Sweet 16, right? And then
Yeah.
they got to win the Elite Eight after that. I mean, it's a long path to victory, but go runners. Hell
Go
yeah.
Runners, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they've kind of defied the odds. I mean, it's a small school right now,
Mhm.
not really well known for their baseball prowess here, but they're getting it done, man. So rooting for the little guy, go
Unranked.
UTSA.
Yeah, I'll go for the underdog here. Unranked.
Yeah, unranked.
Knocked out the number 2 ranked team in the nation, Texas Longhorns. So they got something.
Yeah. Speaking of something, I want to go ahead and talk to you about this because you were the one that was kind of bringing it up here. Switch 2 was released officially, right?
Yes, it was.
So
Yes.
that happened yesterday, and I saw the lines. They were showing them on the TV and everything. Everybody all excited about getting the Switch 2 at midnight. GameStop had their thing going on. They had a live band in front of the store and everything. People trying to go ahead and get the Switch 2. And then I saw the line that they showed of Best Buy, people just there in line, wrapping around the building in line to get the Switch 2. But then one thing that I saw yesterday too, people were just not even in line. They're just at home chilling. And they're like, ordered my Switch 2, got it delivered by Walmart at 6 a.m. in the morning. And it came with a bag of Doritos and a soda.
They
didn't even have to get out of the house.
I got Pringles and a soda. And
There
then,
you go.
at 6 a.m., I got a notification that your Switch 2 will be delivered by 6:30 a.m. And I got up and waited for that thing to arrive, opened the package, set it up, and I have yet to play a single second of it.
But here's the thing with the Switch 2, man. It costs more, right? So it's like, what, $450? $450?
I believe I got the Mario Kart package, so it was like
$5.
$500. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. Like, you could buy it. I think it was like $450 or $430. And then if you want to get the one that's bundled with Mario Kart, it's like $500 for a handheld gaming device, and they have other offerings out there that you can go ahead and can be had, but they're a little bit more pricey than the Switch because
you got like the Steam Deck.
Yeah,
things like that. Yeah.
A Lenovo makes one too. And the thing is that these other devices are like miniaturized gaming computers that you hold in the palm of your hand.
Yeah,
so they're going to come up
exactly.
with a hefty price tag, and they're made for PC gaming, So I get the allure behind it, gaming on the go. You could do the same thing on your phone. But
that's not my allure. My allure is Nintendo. They
Yeah,
have
of
Mario,
course,
they
of
have
course.
Zelda, they have Donkey Kong, they have all these first party titles that make them, attractive.
Yeah,
So,
and that's the
and
thing.
those other things don't.
Yeah. And I get that. I really do get that. It's more that you're wanting to play these exclusive games. Everybody's always getting up for the next Donkey Kong and Mario Kart and all that. And I've heard a lot of people having some backlash against what was bundled in the $500 fairing of the Switch 2 because they're thinking that they're going to get an actual physical copy of the game.
No.
And you already know this. I don't know why it's a big surprise.
No gaming company has
Come
bundled
on.
physical copies of games with their consoles
No.
in years. It's always a code. Download
It's a digital code. Yeah.
Yeah.
They know
It's
what they're
good for
getting.
the environment too. It
Yeah.
saves on packaging and e-waste.
But here's the kicker, man. If you want to go ahead and get a physical copy of the game, it can be had for
You could.
$90.
No, you could buy Mario Kart. I don't
So
think
I'm
it's
paying-
$90.
I'm paying $430 LG for $450, right, for the Nintendo Switch 2. And then on top of that, you got to dish out another $90 to get the Mario Kart because you want the physical copy. Shame on Nintendo for charging $90 because that's what everybody's going to start charging now for games because they're like, hey, these people are going to pay $90 for a game. We're going to go ahead and up the ante then.
It's $80, but yeah.
$80, yeah.
$80.
With tax is $90, LG.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right.
And I'm just saying, man, at the end of the day, it's expensive, man. It's expensive to be
Yeah,
gaming nowadays,
but-
man.
There's a reason the prices went up, and it's political. So
Is the tariffs?
yes,
The tariffs?
yes, exactly.
God, they're already doing that, I think, before the tariffs. But you know what's the funny thing is? Even after the tariffs finally subside or what have you in the future here, the games ain't going to go down in price. They're still going to remain $80.
No.
bro.
Restaurants jacked their prices up during the pandemic. Did they come back down?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
And stores that were used to be 24 hours took the opportunity to change their hours during the pandemic. Did they go back to 24 hours? No, they did not.
They're gonna stay where they're at, dude. Nothing's coming down in
I
price.
miss my 3 a.m. drunken Walmart walks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look at, oh my God, Tony Ornelas.
Okay, who brought the dog?
Tony Ornelas is here sharing the picture with us, and he says, "I googled Mike Jimenez's name on Google, and the first picture that shows is a pro boxer. You think Mike's Chica prefers this Jimenez?" And we're gonna show the picture of the boxer he found when he googled Mike Jimenez. That's his doppelganger. We'll talk about that when Mike comes back on the show. We're gonna be like, "Hey, man, this is your doppelganger, Mike. Thanks, Tony. I appreciate it, man." So there you go, y'all. Using the media share to be part of the show. We appreciate that. But you know what we're going to talk about as we come back, as we give some love here to our sponsor, which is going to be MCS General Contracting, home of the Diamond Heart Concrete. When we come back here, what we're going to talk about is some music, LG. We're going to talk about putting together a music playlist. What are you going to put on there? What songs remind you of summer? More importantly, these songs kind of bring back the memories of where you were at, what you were doing. So we're going to talk about some of the stuff that, goes ahead and brings that nostalgia factor back for the summertime, especially when we're young. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that as we give some love to MCS General Contracting. MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business, honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leha over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show. There you go. If you want to go ahead and get in contact with the metal Nesio around here, go ahead and give him a call. That would be Chris Leha over at MCS General Contracting, home of the Diamond Heart Concrete. They can do anything from a patio, to a landing out there. You need to go ahead and get a pickleball court, basketball court, swimming pool, anything you might need for your home or your business. Go ahead and give them a call. Their number is 210-774-9155. And they get it done right the first time. They might not be the cheapest, but they're going to get it done right the first time. So you don't have to get it done a second time because somebody botched it up. Give them a call. Numbers 210-774-9155. And somebody sending a picture here because we're talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 using the media share here. So they sent us a picture of the PlayStation Portable that they got going on right now. I guess this is the PS5. They have like a portable screen that you can go ahead and use to stream the game, I believe. So I believe this is it in its rendition.
Not bad.
Got some bucks to have a PS5, man. It's expensive now.
I sold mine. I never played it.
You didn't play it? Didn't like it?
No, I just never had time for it, so I sold it.
Yeah, man.
I barely got time for the Switch 2.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about the nostalgia factor here. And that is going to be, what songs are we going to put in a summertime playlist, man? So when you're out there, drinking, you're by your cooler, you smoking some meat. What are we listening to?
I'm going with some reggae. I'm gonna have some Bob Marley playing, maybe some Iration, some Revolution. Yeah,
no Big Mountain, no UB40.
Nah, maybe some Soja, but no UB40. No red wine. But yeah, some Bob Marley, maybe some Damien or Ziggy. That's not bad.
Yeah, I could dig that, dude.
No Lauryn Hill. No Snoop Lion. No, Snoop Dogg is not a reggae artist. That's a terrible album, Snoop. I'm sorry.
God, man. You know what I'll be listening to, man, in my playlist, summertime, just about by the cooler, chilling. I got to have me some Tupac, man.
Oh,
California
always.
Love, man.
Shout out to Tupac.
And I also got to have some Biggie in there too, man. Hypnotize, got to have that, dude. Outcast,
Yeah.
Got to have some of the Outcast there. Maybe I like the way you move. That one, I like that.
All right.
All right. What songs do you like from Outkast? I don't know if you're an Outkast fan.
Oh, I'm a huge Outkast fan. I'm a big fan of the first album. I like man, there's so many. Ain't no thing but a
Hey
chicken
Ya.
wing. I like there's so many, man. Their later albums are awful. Tell you
Like
the
the
truth.
early
I don't
stuff,
like
no.
them. I didn't like that double album they did,
Yeah.
but man, there's just so many on that first album from beginning to end is fantastic, and AT Aliens is good too.
Yeah.
I don't like Miss Jackson. I don't like the way
Sorry,
you move.
Miss Jackson.
Yeah, I feel like those are just like radio songs that they tried to put out.
Oh yeah, those are like, what do you call them?
But
Like the singles, you know?
The Return
Yeah.
of the Gangsta. That's a great
Yeah.
song.
Look at this.
Aquemini is a great album.
Sam Salinas says, damn near everything on Yacht Rock Radio on Sirius XM just for summer. You know what? I listened to the Yacht Rock radio station. I got that on the Caddy, dude, on the XM satellite radio. It's one of my favorite stations I listen to. Sometimes the
Okay.
kids are like, what are you listening to, man? What is this? I'm like, just leave me alone, man. Let me be. Let me be. And look at this. Rafa says, Warrant Cherry Pie. Great song to get a lap dance to. There you go. Little smell of the summer there. You could smell the strip club, LG.
Yeah.
Smells like cigarettes.
I'm playing some Summertime by Will Smith and DJ
Why is it
Jazzy
that-
Jeff.
Why is it that every time you go to a strip club and you go and get a dance from a stripper, they always smell like cocoa butter or shea butter or something, dude? They
Well,
got some type of lotion or glitter on them, man.
It's better than smelling like BO,
Yeah.
They're
true
dancing
enough.
around getting sweaty, They gotta
Yeah.
they gotta cover it up somehow.
Got to cover up the stink. Yeah. That's the smell of the summer there. Cigarettes and stripper. Mix that together with some cheap booze.
Yeah. Imagine this smells like, I don't know,
Nalga.
What is that? Fish and smoke.
Oh, look at that, Joe. You need to catch Club Yacht Rock Mixes. New episode during the summer every Friday evening. Yeah, man. I've been listening to the XM satellite radio for quite some time because when I brought the Caddy, they gave me like, I think it was a whole year for free. And then after that, you got to pay to keep it. So I just
There
kept
you go.
it. And
So
you know,
you're
I got
riding
my-
around in the caddy, bumping two dope boys in a Cadillac, right?
yeah, man. I mean, through the Bose sound system I got in the Caddy's kind of bumping.
Oh,
dude. So
nice.
I'm enjoying
them
myself.
bows.
Yeah, dude, I'm enjoying myself. But what other songs take you back there, man? Like, what's a good memory that you have when you're listening to a song that reminds you of the summer? That's something that brings up that great memory you had either in your, early teens or childhood, makes you think of the summer every time you hear it.
Like I said, it's probably Fresh Prince Summertime or, man, I don't even know. It's when I think of summer, I think of like, poolside and beaches. So I think of like island music for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe I was bumping like Weezer back then when I was a kid.
Back in the
During
day.
summer Weezer or like
Jeez.
some original Red Hots when they were playing funk.
Yeah.
Yep,
They had a very unique sound when they first hit the scene,
they
man.
did. They were trying
Yeah.
to be a straight up funk band.
Yeah. And then they kind of changed and they said, you know what? This
Mm-hmm.
isn't selling the records that we want. We wanted to get money. So they became more of a pop band, pop rock.
Yeah, they adapted their sound over the years. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Now
they
I
did.
can't stand their new stuff.
No, you don't like it? Not a fan?
The lyrics is what gets me, man. He never makes sense in his lyrics anymore.
Ketis?
Yeah. He just like puts words together. He's like, oh, that'll rhyme with that. I don't have to make a sentence or anything. That's
One thing
ridiculous.
that I remember a lot, though, when I was younger, when I was a kid, actually, and I was in Cali over in Oceanside, I always remember my uncle, man, when we're out there in the screen shelter that he would rent. And we would spend the night out there, and they had, because we're in the Marine base, so we're with a bunch of Marines as kids, and they would have this whole area for the kids.
Mhm.
It was a screened area that they had, like a pavilion or something. It was all screened in, had a little door and everything you would open up, and they had the whole place just full of cots. So when you were a kid and you get tired and you'd be playing all night or whatever, running, you finally get tired, you just go and jump on your cot and go to sleep, dude. And you were just there right in front of the beach, just hearing the ocean, the waves roll in, watching my uncle over there in the distance, having a little bonfire with his boys, playing Hotel California from the Eagles.
Oh, there you go.
And that's what I always
Yeah.
remember. That's a memory that brings me back to that time, where it was just having fun in the summer on the beach in Cali, dude.
There you go, man. That's a good place to have fun on the beach at.
Yeah, Marine Base is still there in Oceanside, Nate. It's changed a lot. They got cabanas and stuff you can rent now, but got to make the trek back there, dude. Go down memory lane a bit.
I want to drive out to San Diego at some point, like soon.
Hey, man, San Diego is one of my favorites.
Heat. Yeah, it's my home away from home, to tell you the truth, in the United States.
It's kind of like a cleaner version of San Antonio.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is. It's a military city, except it has a beach. It's got a heavy Mexican influence. You can get tacos. There are different kind of tacos, but they're still delicious. Yeah. And they got the burritos over there that we don't have here, really. Cali burritos.
I don't know if anybody, there's some, you want a Cali burrito, man. There's one that's right around the corner from me. It's called Señor Burro, right? That's what they call it. It's Señor Burro, but they call it Burro.
The donkey.
Oh, my God, donkey. Dude. Worst freaking burrito I ever had in my life.
Really?
Yeah, my kids were like,
they must not do it right. Because I like me a California style burrito every now and then, but
that place
it has to be done right.
That place ain't
legit, though.
Nah, man, I went there.
There's this spot in San Diego on Ocean Beach. It's this little tiny like shack that you walk up to called Mike's Taco Club. And it's like the best tacos and burritos in all of San Diego. And they're affordable,
look at this.
Delicious.
Sam Salinas chiming in here. He says, "Oh, Black Box, strike it up," because I always heard that song on the beach as a kid. It's at Coronado Hotel in San Diego. He goes, most haunted spot in the U.S. Oh, yeah, Sam Salinas. I saw that too, man. I was thinking of going out there and hitting my boy Jason up, man. He's the owner of the Mad Pecker. He said, saw yesterday the Mad Pecker is reopening. Love seeing that. I do too. Been quite some time since I've been out there. Got to go ahead and revisit that place. Give some love to some local business. Go and talk some business with my boy Jason out there. Maybe we and Mike will do a live show from there. It's a nice place, man. You want to go ahead and get a pour, get some good food, just keep it local, keep it puro. Go hit up the Mad Pecker, man. Good people out there.
I love the name.
Hey, man, they rebranded, dude. They rebranded. They have a brand new logo now. Yeah, so it's good. Good place. Okay. I got to get you out there, LG. I think you'd like it, man.
Where is it?
It's out there by Culebra, dude.
Oh, yeah. That's why I've never heard
way out there in by Culebra.
That ain't my hood, man. A lot of people I've been meeting from out there, though. I do need to spend some time out there because I've been meeting more and more people recently from over there.
Look at that, Sam Salinas draft party at Mad Pecker. Damn right. You goddamn right. We got to do that someday, man. Get the boys, round up the troops, go out there, man. Give some love to Jason over at the Mad Pecker, man. Place is great. Other songs that I think of when I'm thinking about summer and putting them in the playlist, man. Got to have me some Van Halen in the mix, dude. Maybe some Panama.
Okay.
Jump.
Yeah, now you're talking strippers. These are all stripper songs. Sorry about that. Got a crazy little schnauzer running around that thinks she's a pit bull or something.
Yeah. Another thing I was going to tell you, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but there's a DJ that I like out of Cali. His name is Oliver, man. And some of the stuff that he puts together is kind of a throwback, with all the synthesized music and beats that he uses. He has a song called Go With It. It's kind of a song that came out years ago, man. It's not that old, but it has a good, like an old school vibe, like from the 80s, even though it wasn't made in the 80s, but I like some of their music, man. It's just cool sitting by the pool, sipping on something music, it's just chill, dude. I like it, dude.
For sure.
I would say go check them out if you never heard them, man. They make some good stuff. They do some remixes too.
I'll check them out.
And let's see what they're saying. School's out for summer. Best anthem for the teachers.
Yeah. Good song.
He says all the West Coast reggae.
Great. He's talking about the Cali Vibes Festival. Man, Black Bucket. I would love to go to the Cali Vibes Festival. Revolution's always playing these crazy festivals like that. They do these like things like they'll do like a concert at a resort in Jamaica and just invite whatever fans want to go and then hang with you for the whole week. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, Revolution's one of my favorite West Coast reggae bands. They put on a good show.
I'm going to go ahead and show this. I'm getting it ready right now to go as you were talking there, LG. We're going to go ahead and put up some of the video that Jason Garcia, he was sending us here. He's a friend of the show. See if I can get this to work for some reason. Don't want to work. There we go. Now we got it working. So I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. He's out there in the great state of Oregon, Portland, Oregon. And look at what he has there, dude. His old Blockbuster card at the last Blockbuster here in the nation.
Does it still work?
Oh, he was asking something else here. Yeah, I'm sure it still works. Go ahead and see this. Let me go ahead.
There's something very familiar about this place. I just can't, quite think of it.
There it is in all her glory.
Yeah.
Last Blockbuster, man. He had another video here. Let's see what this one was.
I'm currently here in Bend, Oregon, and
Bend.
this place seems very, very familiar.
And there it is, man.
All right.
The last Blockbuster in the nation, dude. Thanks, Jason, for the share, man. Appreciate you, bro. Can you believe that?
Did you
dude?
rent like some cool ass movies or what? Did you
I wonder.
peruse the aisles and get some popcorn?
I wonder if it still has that smell,
Right.
that allure, that they used to have back in the day when you go to a Blockbuster. It smelled kind of like snacks and stuff, like a wet carpet, a dirty wet carpet. People spilling sodas and stuff on the carpet, man.
It was a tradition, though. Great thing
What
to do.
What was your thing? Would you frequent Blockbuster Video or Hollywood Video?
Blockbuster. Yeah. I had a Pick a Video membership over here on the northeast side. There was a place called Pick a Video.
Yeah,
And
Pick a Video.
Yeah, it was they had like Faces of Death and like a porn section, so they were like a little more advanced than Blockbuster was. So I think that's why a lot of people had memberships at Pick a Video.
Pick a Video, man, like Pop and Go back in the day. Don't go behind the beaded curtain.
That's what they had. They had a beaded curtain right off of Nacogdoches Road in Perrin Bidle area.
The cochinos out there, they already know what the beaded curtain was. All the necios out there.
I wanted to go in there so bad as a kid. I'd try to peep around the corner, like,
what's that? I got a little glimpse of a booby or something,
Because those tapes back then, they had the giant cases for some reason. Like, it's like, because I guess the case is what sold it. When you're perusing, but like they'd have oversized cases for all the adult movies.
Jeez, Pop and Go was the move back in the day too. It's what they had over here in our area. That and that Blockbuster. We used to go and frequent that, and they had a little mom and pop shop. I don't remember what it was. It was a huge video place. It was like twice the size of a regular Blockbuster. It was further down Military Drive back in the day, right across from the Kmart, dude. Everybody was going there, dude. They had a ton of videos, man. And there we go. Let's go ahead and show this. Thanks, Drew. Appreciate you, man.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
And look at that. Drew Show, appreciate the support, man. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. He says, I want to recognize Joe for predicting the Pacer victory last night. Side note, Stephen A. Smith, he goes, last night, a hard watch. Who thinks listening to the loud African American all the time is enjoyable? Not I. That's why I don't watch Stephen A. Smith, man. He's just screaming and yelling. Look at this, LG. Jeff Garcia brings up a little bit of historical nostalgia facts from back in the day. LG, were the Faces of Death faked?
It was a mixture of faked scenes and real scenes of death. Yes, some of the scenes were faked. Yeah, apparently, that's what I've heard.
What was your favorite scene from the Faces of Death? Was it the guy from the parachute falling into the gator pond?
Don't remember, man. The only thing that really stands out in my mind that I remember is there was a scene where somebody's eating like monkey brains.
Oh yeah, they hit the monkey with the hammer.
That's the only thing I remember.
Yeah.
I try to tune that stuff out because my brother would rent these things and then show them to me as a kid and traumatize me.
Traumatize the crap out of you.
So whether or not they were fake or not, that shit looked real to me.
Damn. Oh, look at this. Jason was saying that at the Blockbuster, he says they had Revenge of the Jedi posters for sale. I guess he's talking
Return of the
Jedi. Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. One of those. Yeah. One of those. I was like, one of those. I don't know what it was. He goes, yikes, that's a super chat. Hey, that's coming from the Drew Show. We're going to read them. If you're sending them, we're going to read them.
That's the Drew Show for you right there.
Yeah, man.
He gets down. He's got hot sports opinions.
Yeah, there he is. I appreciate it, though. But nonetheless, man, what's the one thing that you had as far as a memory or something you like to do back in the day in the summertime, maybe as a kid or a teen? One of your favorite things. Maybe going to a place or an arcade or doing something.
Splashtown, man.
Splashtown?
Splashtown. Yeah. I used to go up there all the time. It was great as a kid.
As a
it
kid.
was in its heyday.
Yeah.
But then it became what it became. And then, you would get like cuts from the ill-maintained slides, rust cuts,
Fiberglass.
Tetanus shot.
Yeah. It started going downhill, man. There was a lifespan, I think, of those things were probably like maybe 10, 15 years, and it was way beyond that. And then they had put up those other slides. Remember that were all blacked out and dark. They were just dark. You would just go through the tube of darkness and then just get shot out the other end.
I remember that. That was called like the Starlight or something like that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
There was no light in those tunnels, dude. It was just going through total darkness.
No, it was awful. And then when Six Flags finally opened, or Fiesta Texas, it wasn't Six Flags when it first opened.
Oh, okay.
And then I switched pools. I was like, no, I switched water parks. I'm like, I'm not gonna go Splashtown. I got a season pass over here at this. I got a Texas-sized wave pool over here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Many summers spent at Fiesta Texas because I was a season pass holder, and I would get on that original Rattler and just get back in line and ride it like 20 times in a day.
You get whiplash from that thing,
I
dude?
probably have like scoliosis or something right now. Like, I don't know, man. That thing, they had to redo it like 10 times because it kept messing people's backs up.
Maybe it was, the turns were unforgiving with the original Rattler.
Yeah.
When you go down and it would come down that little bump, that first drop.
The drop had like a little twist to it and it was too steep at first.
Pah! Remember that? I still remember the sound.
It was the largest wooden roller coaster in the world at that moment.
Yeah, man.
And I think it's still there. I haven't been to Fiesta Texas in forever, but it's no longer fully wood. They had to redo it because
steel.
It was falling apart.
Yeah, man. The Texas weather is unforgiving, man. But I remember that. I like to go to Splashtown. I remember we'd frequent Skateland West. That was also a staple there. And then hanging out at the neighborhood, or not neighborhood, but the community pools that they used to have back in the day for free.
See, my dad was military, so I never like hung out at the community pools, but I hung out at like the Randolph Air Force Base military pool.
Yeah,
a lot.
No, they used to have a pool. It was a pool you had to pay to get in. It wasn't like a owned by the city. It was a community pool, neighborhood pool, out by where we live, by the Valley High area. It's no longer there, of course. You can't even see the remnants of it anymore because they bulldozed the whole thing over. But it was a big pool. They had a little kiddie pool. And then they had this big old diving board that you climb up. It was like maybe 12 feet, something like that in the air. And the brave kids would go up there and then jump off the damn thing and jump in the water, and everybody was looking at them. That was a nice place, man. I enjoyed it back in the day. We used to go there on Sundays. I remember after get out of church, and the parents were in a good mood. They'd be like, let's go to the pool. I'm like, yeah, we get to do something today. I'd stay out there in the pool for a good 4 hours. I'm getting baked, man, by the sun, and then be happy to get out and I'm hungry. I want to get some from the, little concession stand there. I was lucky if I got me a tray of nachos, man, maybe a soda. That was the life, brother. I enjoyed that. That was fun. Be there in the pool playing with all my neighborhood friends that would see because they'd be going to the pool there a lot too. So it was cool, man. I enjoyed stuff like that when I was a kid. Going to the movies, though, that was a big thing that we did, too. Because we'd always go to my grandma's house, man. And she lived over here off of Military Drive in the south side off of Military and Commercial. So our aunts, when they would all get together at my grandma's house on Saturdays, man, there were a whole bunch of us, dude. They want to get rid of us in a bad way. There's a whole bunch of us, boys and, out there being nestial. So they would give us these rolls of quarters, right? And they would go, our aunts would go and drop us off, me and all my cousins. And they would give us rolls of quarters so we could go play the arcade that they had there in the Century South Theater. And we'd go and watch a movie or two because we would be jumping from film to film. Because, you'd pay for one film. You'd be there all day. So we'd finally get tired of watching 2 or 3 movies, not even really watching them. We'd jump, go to the other theater, go out and play some games. And then we'd be like, make sure you save 2 quarters so we can call for our theater to come pick us up.
Oh, yeah.
So in case they didn't answer the first time, you had a backup quarter. So yeah, those were the good old days, man. Century South, the old arcade they had there was probably one of the biggest ones they had in San Antonio, man. I still remember Star Wars arcade, the old one with the vector graphics and Ristar.
Oh, that was great.
Time
great.
Pilot, all those.
The TIE Fighter game. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
Love
playing
that
all
game.
those. 10-yard
Yeah.
fight. Remember that one? I remember the
Oh,
old
yeah.
football game. Yeah, playing that.
My
UN
movie theater
Squadron.
was the Galaxy over there
Oh,
off
okay.
I-35. That's what I went to back in the day all the time. The Galaxy or Rolling Oaks Mall when it finally opened.
Yeah,
fun
man.
times, man. Fun
Galaxy.
times.
That was way back on the other side of town.
Oh
man.
yeah, it's still there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's still there. They've redone it, but it's still, it shows its age still.
Yeah, the same thing happens. Like if you look at some of these theaters that they have, like the Northwest Theater, it's old as hell, dude. From the outside, the inside's been revamped, but it's still old. The Silverado.
Same with Galaxy. And
yeah,
Embassy too. Yeah.
Yeah, the Silverado. They got an update recently too, and they took away all the nostalgia of it, dude. It used to be themed like cowboy themed. They had the cowboy on the front, the silhouette, and all that. And now they took it all away, dude. It's not the same anymore. They made it clean, It takes the allure away. But if you want to go on a trip back in time, man, what is that one? The Regal Cinema, the Cielo Vista.
Oh wow.
Off of 410 by Holmes High School. Man, you go in there, dude, and it's like stuck in time, dude. Even the seats are old. Everything's falling apart in there, man. Can't believe the place is still open. Oh, look at that. They said Zaxxon was a classic. I remember that. I remember playing Zaxxon. You remember that one? You remember that, LG?
No, I don't.
A little
Zaxxon?
Yeah, and it had it was like a flight stick you had, and you would go up and down and kind of maneuver around things and shoot. Yeah,
I don't remember.
It was hard to control, dude. It was always confusing. And look, we got an incoming super chat from Black Bucket. Thank you, appreciate you.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
He says, LG, hop on a flight to Long Beach, Cali. He goes, California. Cali Vibes Festival this weekend. All the bands you mentioned are playing, dude.
Man, I wish I could, man. Wish I could.
The warped floor of McCreeless Mall. And look at Mexican Junior. Zaxxon was great. It was a ship and felt 3D. It did, man. But it was hard to maneuver in that damn thing because the depth perception was so off. It could just never get to it just right to get through some of the obstacle courses that they had. But Spy Hunter, I remember playing that. They had Pole Position, Pac-Man, all that kind of stuff. They even had the Pac-Man cocktail table where you sit down.
Yeah, that's good too.
You had your drink there and you could play. Yeah.
Sweet Smash TV.
Yeah, dude. They had a lot of stuff. I don't know if the Smash TV came out. Rampage was always there. That was a good one. Rampage was there. And I'm trying to think of other things that I saw out there. I think we saw the beginnings of Street Fighter. The old school original Street Fighter. Not the Street Fighter 2, but the old school. The OG.
No Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, no Mortal Kombat. Not yet, dude. It was
Killer Instinct.
I was about 5 years away from Mortal Kombat, maybe something like that. But that was great nonetheless. Centipede, Millipede. That was the move, man, back in the day. Those were the things that I remember doing stuff like that in the summertime with my cousins, man. Hopefully you all have some good memories of what you all did in the summer. But me and LG will put together a playlist for you boys here and some of the songs that you all suggested here to go ahead and just have some type of summertime playlist that y'all can listen to when you're outside by the pool, the cooler, or even just, barbecuing out there in the backyard. Double Dragon. There you go.
Double Dragon, Final Fight.
Was the classic
Fatal
gaming
Fury.
Yeah. Oh, look, he goes, most of my classic gaming was down at the castle off I-10 in Callahan.
Oh, man, the castle.
I remember that.
Was that Malibu Castle?
Malibu Castle.
Malibu Castle.
Yeah, Malibu, and they had the Malibu Castle. So the Malibu Castle is where you could go and do the bumper boats. Remember in that dirty ass water they had out there?
They had the go-karts and the bumper boats.
Yeah.
I went to a few birthday parties out there.
Yeah, he says, you're going to talk UFC? Not today, brother. We'll talk UFC maybe next week. I'm going to see if I can get my boy Rick back in here so we can talk not only UFC, but boxing, because we do have some fights coming up. I know UFC, they got Sugar Sean O'Malley heading up he's going to be the headliner this weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about that probably on Monday, but I'll be watching that fight. I know my boy Jonas Clark, he doesn't dig Sugar Sean. He hates Sugar Sean O'Malley. He's hoping he loses every fight. He says he's overrated. So I'm like, to each his own, man. What, you got anything you're doing this weekend, LG?
Man, I'm car shopping, man. Car shopping.
You can be car shopping? What you got your eye on, man?
I might go electric, man.
Oh no, bro! You ain't gonna
Might
be able
go
to get to
electric.
Houston in an EV. You're gonna have
Yeah,
to
you
get a
can, you
recharge.
can definitely get to Houston in the EV, my friend.
You're gonna get a charge, bro.
Nah. I have a house too, so I can install a charger in my garage.
That gets a little pricey, dude.
Yeah, it's not that bad actually. I priced it out already. It's
Yeah.
not bad.
You're gonna get the
So-
quick charge or the one that you got to wait like 10 or 12 hours to get a
No,
full
I'm gonna
charge?
get the 240 volt like installed that plugs into like a dryer outlet.
Yeah.
So you get you get 44 kilowatts per hour or something.
What are you looking at? You're gonna get a Tesla, are you?
We'll see.
Oh,
I
man.
have test drove a couple of them. So
Yeah.
yep, I've test drove an Ioniq 5 by Hyundai. I've looked at a few hybrids as well, but I'm definitely not going full gas. So looked at a few Toyotas. They have a pretty cool EV that's coming out, but it's a little out of my price range.
Oh man, they're riling up the Drew show, man. He's getting upset. Let's
Yeah,
go ahead
he
and
is.
read this. He's paying for his
comes the
super chat, so we're gonna put
Here
it
we
up.
go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
This is San Antonio Latinos, aka Mexican Americans, never stop being the most ignorant population of people in Texas. He goes, laugh out loud. He goes, hey LG, you're a great Philippine American DJ. LOL. He goes, ignorance is bliss for you, fatsos.
I love Drew show. He's
Hey Drew show.
always bringing it.
Yep. And Wesley says, brought a used 2023 Tesla 3 regular charger, only $4 a month. Love it.
See what I mean? I'm looking at the new Model Y. Tell you the truth.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can get you a Tesla there.
Yeah.
Maybe a Tesla model.
I'm pretty much convinced. Carl Schoening's Tesla drove me all the way to Hutto and back the other day.
What did you all recharge? Did you all have to get a recharge?
We stopped at Buc-ee's for like 10 minutes, and that was it. On the way back, we didn't have to stop on the way up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you got to charge the car for about 10 minutes at the Buc-ee's?
Yeah, about 10 minutes.
How many miles do you get for that 10-minute charge?
I have no idea. So, but he only needed to charge because he didn't, we started with like a 50% charge. So,
yeah.
But if he had a full charge, we probably could have done the whole trip without stopping.
Yeah, man.
Round trip.
I'm not a big guy. I'm not big on EV vehicles only because I still think we need more of an infrastructure here.
Yeah.
But I do like the hybrid vehicle way, though. I think that might be the way that people will go.
I'm thinking plug-in hybrid or full EV because I feel like the plug-in hybrid is the way to go because then you can just charge it at home and it can drive on full electricity at full speed. It only uses the gas every now and then. So it's not like a regular hybrid, which splits it.
And look at Leja says, roll coal. It go diesel or gas. And look at Wesley says he's watching the show in his Tesla. And he goes, can make the car horn be a fart.
You sure can. Yeah. It's got a lot of fun features.
Unlimited miles on a supercharger. He goes, $10 to $12 to charge it. All right.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Joe. Like, if you have a charger at home, you leave your house every day with the full charge the next day. So think about that if you had a gas engine and you just magically got a full tank every time you put it in your garage and went to sleep. You woke up with a full tank. That's what it's like.
Yeah. The only thing that I don't like about the EV vehicles is the maintenance. They're going to be good. They have maintenance just like any other vehicle. But the lifespan of the lithium ion batteries that they have in there,
96 months, 120,000 mile warranty on it.
Yeah. So I figured about maybe 10 years, depending on how often you drive it, right?
Yeah.
But at the end, what happens with these batteries is that they start to lose their charge at the end of life.
Oh, yeah. No, they do.
Just like any battery.
It's just like an iPhone or any phone, any battery.
Like any battery. But when you need to change the battery out, that's when it becomes pricey.
It's expensive. It's about $6,000 right now.
Yeah. So that gets a little pricey. I've seen people
how much is it to change an engine?
Costs more than $6,000. Yeah.
There you go.
I've seen people putting YouTube videos where they try to change the batteries themselves, save the money.
Oh, geez. There's a guy in Australia that's taking all the wrecked Teslas and all the wrecked BYD electric vehicles. He's taking the batteries and he's using it to power his farm. Like he's taking all the batteries out. He's like, the batteries are still good. It's the vehicle's wrecked. And he's using it to freaking do solar in his farm. And he's making money by selling the energy back to the grid. It's genius.
That would be something I would get behind. Like if I'm going to go ahead and charge my vehicle, if I bought an electric vehicle, I would get it solar powered,
Mhm.
where
You
I
can
would
do
charge it
that.
with
You
the
can do
power of the
exactly
sun.
that, man.
Yeah.
You can get the
That,
Tesla Powerwall with the solar unit, and it
yeah,
can strictly charge your car with solar. Pretty
exactly.
cool.
And then whatever excess is there, I send it into the grid and the city will pay me,
Yep.
to
Yes,
generate it.
Far West Texas. I am going to sell the Maverick to CarMax, and I'm looking at a Tesla.
I keep on getting offers from Carvana, dude. They want to buy
Mhm.
back my caddy. And I'm
Yeah,
just like, I
they're
like my
buying
caddy.
stuff up right
Yeah,
now.
man. I like my caddy right now,
Yeah,
dude.
CarMax made me an offer I can't refuse. So
Yeah. It says love gas vehicle. Excuse me. Weston Perkins says love gas vehicles. Just need something to get me to point A without gassing 2 to 3 times a week. I feel that. Depending on how far away you are,
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't travel that far. So furthest I ever go is Houston, and there's enough charge on a full charge to get to Houston. So
Yeah. I don't know why Drew Show is so angry today, dude. Chill, Drew. It's all good.
it's Friday.
It's Friday. We don't give a damn.
Yeah.
We're all in a chill mood, man. We're all enjoying life, dude. All right, LG. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end the show on that note. But you can go ahead and follow you and what you're doing over at
Okay.
your show. You got your show
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah, you can follow me at DJLG210 on YouTube and all my other socials. If you're a Twitcher on Twitch at at LG's House on Twitch. I just did 2 episodes yesterday. Episode 12, I had Carl Schoening on, the voice of the UTSA Roadrunners. We talked about the run the baseball team is having right now. So check that out as well. On Monday at 8 p.m., the Sports Cave is back with Big Puma and the captain and yours truly. So we'll be reacting to all the doings of the weekend.
That's good stuff, man. Go ahead and make sure you go and follow LG at LG's House, man. He's got a good YouTube channel up there. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel. And also
Appreciate it.
subscribe to the biggest Puma. He's got his show going on.
Yeah, at Sports Cave Live is where you can find the Puma on YouTube. He's doing a live show now, right here out of the studio in the room next door, actually.
And there you go. Make sure you go and give him some love. Everybody's doing stuff here locally. Give your local podcast some love by subscribing, and sharing the podcast so it can grow. And we got another incoming super chat here to end the show from Jason Garcia.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Hey, rebuttal to Drew Show. He says the Drew Show needs an ice cold enema. So it needs to chill, man. I don't know why he's so upset today, dude. It's like I don't know what ticked him off, man. But it is what it is. We're all just happy here, chilling, man. We're not gonna go ahead and keep on putting up the rants. Got to stop with the rants, brother. And Leha says Drew Show mad that the Elon and Trump are beefing. He goes, wreck 'em, tech. That's right. Sam Salinas says, Leha, that's a touchy subject. It's like mom and dad getting divorced. All right, boys. Y'all take care, man. Everybody be chill. Let's not be fighting here in the chat. Keep it clean. Keep it classy.
Yep.
And most of all, if you got them, drink them. Have a good weekend. We'll see you boys on Monday. We're out.
Peace.
Peace.